Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. It's Thursday, so New Brew Thursday. My name's Jake. You can find me on Untapped YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, all at tubajake_69. Tell me your stories. I'd like to hear them. Maybe I'll share them on here too, because people have wonderful stories, and I like to tell stories. It's one of my favorite things to do. So today I have Cold Hearted. It's cold IPA by Bell's. It's supposed to taste a lot like Two Hearted, but this one is different, obviously. Under the frozen lake swims a fish that's different from any we've seen before. Dry hopped with Centennial during a cold fermentation. This drinkable cold IPA is crisp and refreshing with the pine and citrus aromas you'd expect. It's not bad being a little cold-hearted. So that's what we're having today. Let's get this guy open. So I got this in a pack of hearts. It's a 12-pack that had the cold-hearted and the black-hearted and two-hearted and light-hearted. Lots of the two-hearted and the light-hearted, which is fine. But like 3 apiece of the cold-hearted and the black-hearted, which is disappointing. But the only way you can really get these is in that I've seen so far. It's supposed to be real good. My brother says that it is real good. So I will give this. It's supposed to be a lager essentially, because the cold brewed thing. So light like a lager. But it's also supposed to taste Centennial hops, so it's supposed to taste like Two Hearted, and it's supposed to be a lot like Two Hearted. So we'll give this guy a shot. Hoppy and crisp, because you expect that from something that's cold aged. Like Coors Light. It does definitely have the hop profile of Two Hearted. Like you can taste the hops, that piney, resiny flavor that you get from the hops, but it doesn't have the malt kick to it that Two Hearted normally does. I'd say watery, but that's not it. It's lighter, or it feels lighter anyway. I'm pretty sure that this is still about 7%, if I remember right. Yep, 7% ABV. So, it's good. I like it. It's different than Two Hearted. People seem to really like that an awful lot. I just wish that it wasn't 7%, which is why I really like the lighthearted. That's delicious. I like that stuff a lot. I drink that all the time. Much like the all-day IPA from Founders, except, the Two Hearted is going to have less of a social stigma because it's by Bell's and not by Founders. And Founders has been in the news as being misogynistic and racist. So, the bar is not set very high on that. But I do like their beer, unfortunately. Or fortunately for them, unfortunately for me, I guess. Is there a beer that this reminds me of? The weird thing is it reminds me of a couple of different Hell's lagers that I've had. Lagerhosen by, was that Shorts, I think? Is one that I had today, dry hopped and very hoppy, but a lager nonetheless. It's really good. I like this a lot. Does this remind me of a story? Anything specific? Not really. But I was walking around thinking about disc golf today because I was throwing discs around in my backyard. I've got a 3-pin disc golf course in my backyard, which is kind of fun. So wandering around back there and thinking about things and remembering things from college. Like the fact that I played pickleball with an NFL tackle. Like I played with him, and then I played badminton against him. He beat me badly, but I figured that I'd be able to do a little bit more. But he's 7 feet tall, and I am not close to that. So he'd be able to get to wherever he needed to be whenever I put the shuttlecock wherever it needed to be. But we also played against one of the linebacker. Actually, I think it was like a linebacker and a defensive back. And we held our own just because Adam figured that they're not going to beat him anyway. And it was close. I mean, these are two D1 athletes against a D1 athlete and me. I was a little bit lighter then, but not by too much. 20 pounds maybe. But I was also doing marching band then, so I was in decent shape. But the reason that even makes sense with the cold-hearted is the professor for that class was, well, he was going through some stuff. Like his wife, I believe, had just recently died. He was a basketball coach. I think his wife had just recently died, and he was not taking it well, and called me out for not being a person that he could pass 100% to, which is fine, because so far as basketball goes, I don't have soft hands, but I'm stronger than I look, and I can throw a basketball pretty hard if I need to. But yeah, I'm not very good at basketball. I'm really not. But I could have taken this dude right straight to the ground if he wanted to wrestle with me. Because even then, he only weighed as much as I did. And he probably would not have wanted to wrestle me. Because, you know, he's like almost 70. You just gotta, you gotta know who you're talking to when you're talking to people. And when you're teaching, you don't want to call out specific students for their weaknesses, because it just makes you seem like a dick. I know he was going through some stuff, but there's no reason to take it out on other people. Just because you're not good at everything doesn't mean that you're not good at the things that you're learning. This is really good, and it goes down super smooth too, which is really nice. It's good. Get some different taste buds there. Tasted different. All right, I've got a quote for you. This one is from Mia Hamm. She's a soccer star from back in the late 90s. Yeah, we'll go with that. She said, "Celebrate what you've accomplished, but raise the bar a little higher each time you succeed." So if you think you're doing well, that's great. Keep doing well, but keep doing better. I like that. Keep doing better, for sure. All right, don't forget, you can find me on Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, all at tubajake_69. Tell me your stories. I'd love to hear them. Maybe it'll happen next time when you got time for a beer.